creatives, welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth and I am at the gallery today for the Zodiac series. This reading is for Aquarius, whose correlating major arcana card is the Star. This is the artist card, here to represent you as the open vessel, ready to receive whatever source can draw from the well of infinite creativity. So Aquarius, this reading is the autumn solstice and it is about gratitude. So we've got this first row here with the archetypes. We're going to ask the question, in what area of life is my fullest creative vibration at this time? In the second row with the creativity oracle, we're going to ask, how best can I begin to tap this energy? And in the third row, we're going to ask, what would help to acknowledge and release at this time? Then we're going to ask Source for whatever else they'd like to share with us. And for that, we're going to moon card for timing. And we've got a starseed card. And I'm going to roll the astrology dice to see what else might come up for you to go and check your own birth chart, astrological chart, or you could check the transits in your daily horoscope just to see if there's any other information that would be useful. Then we're going to follow up with my 60-year-old Rider-Waite's deck, and then we're going to follow up with the Cards of Truth and the Lenormand deck. So let's get started and turn over the archetype card for you and ask the question, in what area of life is my fullest creative vibration at this time? Well, it looks like you got the Gambler card. Love his pajamas. It's all the card symbols. Gambler. All right, light attributes, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Shadow attribute, relying on luck rather than work. Well, I don't know you to be lazy, Aquarius. Everyone that I know that has a strong Aquarius in their chart is anything but lazy. And very willing to follow your intuition. You just kind of know. You are that sign that just allows for the bigger picture to be something that you're just able to see. You're a fixed sign, so you oftentimes will come to very fixed conclusions of things, but that's not to say you have an inability to change what's happening when you need to change the thinking. You are able to change it and move on to seeing something of an even bigger picture. So this is very interesting with the Gambler card and what kind of energy you're into at the moment, because you must be gambling around something. Now, what would that be? Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. So are you at a crossroads where you're feeling that you need to follow your intuition and you're coming up against some resistance to that, either from your ego self or perhaps from situations that you're in the material earthly realm, and or it's an inner battle again with just deciding on which way to roll the dice, or to roll the dice at all, or to just sit and think further and maybe listen to whatever doubts you're having and go on from there. Decisions aren't made yet. Perhaps that's it. So let's find out what the Rider-Waite Smith deck will tell us. Two of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, that's finding that balance, trying to really figure out what needs to happen right now, how to create something that brings back the balance for you between having doubts and following your intuition. Interesting. So it's kind of an unsettled energy that you've got going on here, which isn't altogether bad to create in. It's a lot of experimenting, exploring, trying something new. Perhaps that's what you're doing at the moment, and you haven't quite landed on what feels right. And maybe you're hoping that it would go rather quickly and you'd fall into it with luck, but now you're realizing there's going to be some hard work. Like always, huh? Well, Six of Clubs. This is a lovely card for you to get. I call this one the Healer card. It is just so intellectually in tune to yourself and your guides and the universe that you are able to really be grounded and self-soothing in situations where grounded, really. I mean, that is a good word for the Six of Clubs. Just really, I don't know, in your element as far as being able to understand intuitively what's right for you. So you're still experimenting, I would say. This is still in the experiment stages, and you're not quite sure how much work you're going to need to put into this. You clearly think it's the right way to go with whatever it is you're doing. You're feeling that it's the right thing for you. You know it will end up in the right direction, in the right place. But you're still trying to figure it out here. So you got the Stork in reverse. And this is basically just saying that the time's not right yet. That it will. When they're in reverse, I like to say that I read them as just something that needs to be reminded of. So yeah, it's coming. It's just hard to say how long it's going to take and how much time you want to put into it. And as the reverse with this one as well, you can see that there will be a balance eventually. I'd say you're going to gamble on having this thing come through for you. Whatever it is you're experiencing and experimenting in, investigating, just kind of digging deeper. Is it a new body of work or just something that you are enhancing what you already do? Just trying to figure out exactly what the best balance of that for what you already have is. And as you are an Aquarius, you are the bigger picture seer. So a lot to think about there. But the Six of Clubs really tells me you do understand that energy and you will recognize that balance when it happens. All right, so let's move on to the second row and with the Creativity Oracle and ask the question, how best can I begin to tap into this energy? Direction. Switch gears, reboot, and try a new and different direction. Very interesting card here. It's like she has thoughts, birds, thoughts flitting in and flitting out. Reboot. There's a horse here. All right. Switch gears, reboot, and try a new and different direction. So again, it's kind of saying, go ahead, take a gamble, right? You need to really be thinking outside the box here, and that it will be a little work because it's not going to come that easily, but it will come. So I'm going to leave this card up for you to contemplate and maybe find something more in it while I continue the reading, and we'll just remember that it's a direction, a rebooting, a switching of gears that you need to try. And honestly, doesn't the Two of Pentacles kind of look like that? Like he's, got gears in his hands with the ball, juggling and finding the right rhythm of it. Very cool. Okay, so you got the Four of Cups, and this is really just a dissatisfaction with what's going on. And in that dissatisfaction and feeling the disappointment that it's not going as quickly or as easily, luck's not in it for you right now, that the universe is asking for a little hard work, and you're like, ugh, really? No, I want to just have it handed to me. It would be so much nicer to have that just happen. Why can't it just happen? Well, you know why. It's because the answers are in the journey, and it's not a destination, right? The lessons and the answers and all of the good stuff is just the daily grind. That is where you glean all of your nuggets. What kind of story would it be if it were just like plopped into your lap? How would you appreciate it? You're going to appreciate whatever it is you're doing and tweaking. You know it's worth it. You intuitively understand that that's what is necessary to have this happen for you. All right, so the Six of Clubs is also Venus energy, and it's the Lover's energy. So it's connecting with something that is going to really put the cherry on top. You know this. The card wouldn't be here if you didn't know it. So you're going to have to just really get in there, know that you're capable. You've got all the abilities that you need to do this. That's also a 6 trait. So when you're in there and you're looking for that validation, it's going to be a self-validation that you're looking for, which is really, that's the 8 of Clubs. But when you do the self-validating, that's when the outside validation for your vision, if you will, Aquarius, will be recognized. So keep your head in the zone of you and what you're feeling. Don't get distracted by what you want other people to give you as feedback, okay? That's all well and good. However, the ultimate satisfaction, the ultimate you feeling good about what you're doing has to come from you in order for it to have any teeth. You know what I mean? So, and that's going to take work to get it precise enough what you're going to, you won't settle for anything less than what is balanced and what is necessary and what intuitively is speaking to you. So hang in there, rethink it, throw a few things around, and if you're looking for ideas on how to open that Pandora's box of creativity, just for something different to think of, there is a lot of creative art books out there in order to jumpstart any creative thinking. And the one I always turn to is the Twyla Thorpe's. She is was a choreographer in New York, I think in the 60s and 70s. And she wrote a book on how to get the creativity flowing. One in particular that I've been using throughout these readings this month of just coins. You take a bunch of different coins, you throw them on the table or out on a cloth, and you see what you can see. You move them around, try to make patterns. Of course, you can see where choreography, that would work great. It would be just really nicely balanced and you'd be able to do the thing. But of course, if you're a painter, maybe you try the different perspective of something. Who knows? Anyways, it's experimenting. It's opening up. It's looking at things from a different point of view. Forget that it's hard work and enjoy the journey. All right. Oh, love that you get the Ace of Clubs here. This is beautiful. This is an epiphany of an intellectual pursuit. This is you coming into exactly what you need. You'll feel it. You'll know it. It will be the perfect brand new thing, or it's going to be the perfect cherry that goes on top of what you're already doing. So this is a sun sign, right? The aces are suns. That's you. That's you. So you being you in this pursuit of something that is, well, there's just no better way to put it than the cherry on top of what you're doing, or the cherry that you get. Okay. So it's creative focus. It's a visionary thing. It's understanding perspectives. So it's good. It's very, very good for you to get here. All right, let's see what we have. So you got the lock and key in reverse. And for me, this is just reminding that it is going to take a little while. It's kind of like this Four of Cups in that it's there. It will happen. You just need to go into the trenches of it and really dig in and get to work. Put your whole heart into it. Don't expect it to just come waltzing in. It's not going to. You're going to have to pull this out like some deep-rooted obstacle. But there's going to be a treasure trove of beautiful tidbits for you to get. And think of the story. Oh my goodness, all of that energy on this journey, everything that you learn about yourself on the journey, right, is priceless. All of that energy you are going to be able to channel into what it is you're doing. Okay. Let's move on to the third row. What would help to acknowledge and release at this time? Regret. Interesting. Huh. I know that I cannot change the past. All right. So I could see how regretting could hold you back. I can see how if you're regretting the obstacles, I could probably, I need to say that better. There's something different here. It's regretting. I know that I cannot change the past. No, you cannot change the past, but you can accept the outcome of what the past has meant. You can carry that in your toolbox and you can use it. It's actually good to remember things. It's not good to really, what would I call it? Kind of, just embed yourself in that regret. And as I say that, I want to look at this woman on the card, and she looks like she's regretting something. She's got draped in this veil, and the regret's holding her back from the birds and having those beautiful flickering of thought. So if there's something regretful, regretting that maybe you've relied too much on having things handed to you, maybe this is a new depth of needing to dig deep. And what you're finding, where the real juiciness is in what you regret. Having done, not having done, how you make your decisions. Well, let's see if we can get more of an answer with the tarot. The Two of Swords. Very interesting. So there's like a blind spot here. What you're looking for, again, is that balance. In the upright position, it suggests that you will find the balance, but that it's not clear to you. She's got the blindfold on. So it's not something that you're going to see. It's not going to be a visual thing. It's going to end up being this intuitive gamble that you are just going to know. Because you can see he has the blindfold as well. You just are being asked to trust. I'm not quite sure, not quite getting what the regret is about, how that fits in here. So, past events, and you knowing that that's not something that can be changed. Maybe regretting that you haven't listened to your intuition as well or as much. Maybe you've kind of set that on the shelf. Maybe you had a nice little practice of meditation and tea parties with your daimon in your studio. Just allowing that to channel through, and maybe some of that has gotten lost for whatever reason. That would make sense to me. And now they're asking you to let go of that because, you understand it now and you can let it go and you can move on to a new, improved communication. It does sort of feel like it is the ethereal realm that you've got something to regret here, because this is so ethereal and it's so intellectually driven here. Where the epiphanies come from, and intuitively it's the healer card. You've got blinded face masks here. So you're being asked to just have faith and feel. Okay. Let's see what the cards of truth have. So it's the Three of Spades. It's in reverse. And this is the True Grit card. So in reverse, it's reminding you that you have what it takes. You've got the true grit, so don't forget that. You've got it. You've got the get up and go, the willpower, the ambition, the strength to take it where it needs to go. And it's not going to be easy. It is a spiritual journey. It is a spiritual journey that is of your finding out who the real you, deep you is. It's just a lesson on the path. It's a 3, so that doesn't mean it's going to be a horrendous undertaking. This is something that is going to be of a smaller thing. So I would just say that the cards are telling me that you just simply need to buckle down, open up, no regrets. May even be the regrets of whatever was the catalyst for this new investigation into something different. How that happened for you might be regrettable. However, it's all in the journey, isn't it? All right, let's turn this last card and see what we have. Oh, it's the Child. So this is beautiful. This is just asking you to let go of that regret. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just allow it to be there. You can sort it through. You can think about it. Don't let it hold you back. What's the right word? Don't give yourself to the disappointment. Instead, give yourself to the hard work and experimenting that this is going to take, and enjoy the ride and be kind and gentle on the way. All right, Aquarius, I think that's it. And now we're going to go to the Moon card to see what kind of timing we have. Your hard work is paying off. Oh, that's a nice card to get. That's confirmation that whatever effort that you do put into this thing, you will see it in kind. The new moon in Capricorn, that is really lovely. All right, good. And for the Starseed card, we've got guidance. You are not alone. You are guided by the masters and teachers of the highest realms. Yeah, so just put the blindfold on and trust your feelings. Feel it through. You'll know when this epiphany is here. It is just going to hit you like a ton of bricks. You will know it. It'll feel very grounding, very right, very juicy. And it will be for you. It will inspire you to sort through the regrets, pull the string on that, understand where they come from, and really gather that self-knowledge energy and put it to good use. All right, let's do the dice. See what else might come up for you to look at in your charts. Ooh, Saturn, life's hard lessons. 7, that's the house of relationship. Although I make another connection with the 7 days a week. 7, Saturday, Saturn day. So strong here with that. This is a life lesson that is going to really improve and move you into a better place. And what do we have here? What is that? Leo? That is Leo. All right, Leo. Perfect. So you got Leo, which is his ruling house is the house of creativity, which is great. And relationships with the 7th house. So see what's going on there. Where's your Saturn? And do you have anything in that 5th house of creativity? Or, yeah, I would go and take a look. Leo is, again, that first house of self. Leo, the sun, all of that in astrology. So that is another really good sign that this is something big for you. Yeah, this is awesome. Okay, so I've got one more thing for you. My Pema and the Shambhala pocketbook. She's my guru that I go to. Never tells me anything that I can't use. So where do we want to go for Aquarius? What message does Aquarius want to think? What do you want to give them? All right. The big squeeze. There is often a discrepancy between our ideals and what we actually encounter. For instance, with raising children, we have a lot of good ideas, but sometimes it's very challenging to put together all the good ideas the way our children really are. They're at the breakfast table with food all over themselves, or with meditation. Have you noticed how difficult it is to actually feel emotions without getting totally swept away by them? Or how difficult it is simply to cultivate a friendliness toward yourself when you're feeling completely miserable or panic or caught up, right? Okay, so there is something here for you. There's a discrepancy between your inspiration and the situation as it presents itself. Interesting. A discrepancy. It's the rub between those two things, right? The squeeze between vision and reality that cause you to grow up, to wake up, to be 100% decent, alive, and compassionate. The big squeeze is one of the most productive places on the spiritual path. Well, there you have it, Aquarius. Yeah, very, very nice. Well, that is really a great place to gather all that energy, waiting for that cherry on top or the cherry itself in a new beginning. Trust your intuition. Clearly, that is what we are here to hear today. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for listening, watching, and leave me a comment. I love them. Really validates the readings for me. If you let me know in some way that they're working and that you're getting something from it. Anyway, again, thanks. And as always, happy creating.